I grew up as a church kid. In my family's small church in Salt Lake City, Utah, I learned all the church kid answers and how to perfectly act the golden girl. I never remember a time in my life when I didn't know about Jesus, and I never remember a period where I didn't have some concept of God. On the surface, I thought I was good to go, but something always unsettled me. I remember asking my mom as a little girl whether telling Jesus you believed in him too many times could undo salvation. When she tucked me in that night, I prayed and prayed, telling Jesus I believed in him. John 3:16, right? Freshman in high school, my world got rocked. I found out my family would be moving to Phoenix, and the thought devastated me. Around the same time, my youth pastor dropped the bomb that would define the next 6 years of my life. He asked us one Sunday whether or not we could claim the faith of our parents. I wasn't sure. At this point, I knew something was wrong in my relationship with God, but I had no idea what. I decided to stake everything on my family's move. I knew this would strip me of everything I had known, and I believed that in that, God would wave a magic wand and fix things up between us. It didn't happen that way. Instead, I was crushed by doubt and an uncertainty in the validity of my salvation. I kept doing good Christian girl things and assumed leadership roles in my youth group and even at church camps. Underneath it all, I couldn't figure out what was missing. I knew I believed in Jesus, I always had. I had never known anything else, yet I found myself floundering to build up this faith that would save me. After all, my church knowledge told me that belief led to salvation. The doubt haunted me through high school and the first years of college, and finally, my junior year of college, the word grace showed up on my mental radar. Grace, this idea that nothing could ever earn me salvation, not even a self-constructed faith. In perhaps the most boring and difficult academic semester of my life, God moved big time, and I finally began seeing glimpses of grace. Nothing out of the ordinary happened in my external life, but the transformation I had unknowingly yearned for was finally sweeping through my heart. During this period, a mentor asked me to remember a time I had failed. I racked my brains and came up with nothing. I had always succeeded, always been good enough, and almost always met my self-imposed standards of perfection. One morning during my quiet time, because I've always been a diligent quiet timer, a series of realizations swept me off my feet. One, I had no reason not to believe the story of a God cloaked in trustworthiness and light. Two, in trying to build up my faith, I had created a work that I was relying on for salvation. Rather than trust God after that move, I had been trying to fix things up myself. I finally found the thing I failed at, saving myself. My heart bounded between shame and joy as I finally encountered my failure, only to have it met by the grace of Christ. In that place, without quite realizing what was happening, I asked God to transform my life. And He is. So now I'm in this place of learning to surrender control and rest in grace. I'm learning to trust that God doesn't need me to prove myself to Him because He's already proven everything through Jesus' life, death, and resurrection. And that's got nothing to do with me.